Sunday, 9 a.m. So we've now been in the house a full 24 hours, according to game time. And last night was not an especially fun time. Hey, Fofox, welcome. Because I'm talking in game, not me. Last night for me was great, but in game, last night was not a fun time because we couldn't sleep. We kept hearing banging, and we had like some weird nightmares that were creepy, freaking us out a bit. So should I try working on my book at all? Laid my fingers on the typewriter. It was unusually cold and immediately stopped my desire to write. Oh, so we need probably to get a fire going, I would imagine. With the rain and everything, I guess it's extra cold. Alright, so let's head downstairs. We know one of the fireplaces, at least, has logs in it still that we could use for a fire. Don't know about other fire like downstairs. We were not, at least up to this point, really able to use him, but we'll see.
Hello?
Michael, how are you doing over there? The sky's falling here.
You mean this storm
Hey, Sillowell?
there too? Seems the entire universe is falling here. I'm afraid to go outside.
Well, the better then, as I won't be able to come for you. I'm deeply sorry, but it's seemingly impossible driving to Northumberland. Even less getting anywhere near the manor. I understand many of the roads are closed.
So much for my hopes of seeing Mr. Electrician today, then. Ah, the benefits of being away from society, eh? I should have listened to you.
Don't panic. I'll come right for you, as soon as this thing is over. You just hang on in there.
It's not like I have any other choice, do I?
I'm afraid not, my friend. This storm has the power to disturb the dead.
Well, it seemed like this very same storm has awakened the evil spirits resting inside my new home.
What's that?
Not sure, but I happened to hear some odd sounds last night. Kind of scratching noises down in the basement.
I do remember the cleaning lady saying something about rats.
Unless we're talking about mutant rats here, I don't think that's the problem.
Michael, my friend, you were tired from a long trip and stressed about the problems you found there. On top of that, you had moved to a very old house. Guess what's the most common complaint from people moving to old houses?
Ghosts on the loose?
Sort of. Now go focus on your book while you still have enough light. I'll be there as soon as possible. By the way, Michael, I have the combination for the safe right here.
Oh, great. Tell me.
03211. Just remember to share it if you bump into any expensive jewelry.
Of course I will. Bye.
Nice. Okay, so the first thing in the morning is the phone call with Jerry and getting the combination safe, so that's useful. Yeah, that's fine, Phil Fox. Go ahead and text me. That's fine. Welcome, Sillowell. Have you been following Scratches as we go along, or you could be lost? Hopefully, you've more or less kept up. Not huge amounts of things have happened, but a bit has happened. Even just from last time, so... Alright, so I want to probably light. Maybe I use this as kind of starter for the fire. No, okay, maybe not. It's this. It's a nice idea, but it wasn't that cold really, and I preferred to save the few matches I had left. Oh, so it's not cold enough yet. Okay. Okay, well, the safe is upstairs. In this room. Do you guys have trouble seeing anything or whatever, problems with volume or whatever, let me know. Looks like my voice and this game music are all coming through, so hopefully that's good for you all. Do this. That opens this for the safe. Okay, more documents. There's a key. Mr. James T. Blackwood, the Blackwood Manor, Rothbury, Northumberland. Dear Sir, we hereby propose to furnish all equipment, materials, and labour to complete the contract for the construction of a new or of a second floor for the Blackwood Manor of Rothbury, Northumberland, in accordance with plans and specifications prepared by Mr. James T. Blackwood, dated October 31, 1960, for the sums as follows. Base bid, £34,136. Alternate number 1, deduct £1,000. Alternate number 2, deduct £1,500. Alternate number 3, add £350. Alternate number 4, add £300. Unit price number 1, £1 per cubic yard. Unit price number 2, £12.50 per cubic yard. We agree to commence the work as directed and complete all work thereafter within a reasonable length of time based on our ability to secure materials. Employer understands the construction may last from 18 to 24 months. Permission is granted to make use of the special bank account 631-9102 created for this particular occasion, located at the National Bank of Northumberland. Contact number 01912-94144. Martin Brothers Contractors. So that's still that. So I guess we don't worry about the money. We just have that and the key. This is a generic looking key, blue in color. Right. So where all do we need a key now? Now that we're in the basement already, obviously I need a key for any of the buildings outside except one. The greenhouse, I think it is. No. The crypt that is wired closed, but everything else requires a key of some kind, except for the greenhouse, which is rusted shut. Trying to think of boxes and things. So we have the music box in the attic, but that's open. Tower. Base of the tower. Oh, there is the door where we weren't able to get the key. The key fell. We tried that newspaper trick and that failed miserably, and now we can't get in. It's possible there's another key somewhere that'll work, but oh, did it open? It opened it. Ooh. Alright, so we're in a new room now. Very nice. This unfinished room seemed to have been used as a storeroom for some sinister paintings. Look, it's the demon man with horns in his face and stuff. There are some interesting and dark paintings in here. It is true. Whoever painted those pictures must have been deeply disturbed. Why would you say that? Why you gotta go judging somebody who's painted something that's a little chilling? We have stuff on the table. That's kind of staying apart. There's a hammer. That'll be useful, I'm sure, at some point. Not sure what the hammer's in here for. Possibly to tap together frames of a painting, maybe? So that's nothing new. Ah. Floor plans. Blackwood Manor. Let's see. So there's the tower. This must be the current room. There's another room here we've not been in. Wait. No, this is the first floor. This is the first floor. It's gotta be. So this is the entrance and the stairs going up. Here's the room with the phone. Here's the dining room with that kind of alcove, small little thing here. This is the front room where there are logs in the fireplace. This is the study. The hall with stairs up to the next level. The kitchen, garage, or the basement door, and the stairs go straight down here. And then the basement's probably this. And then this is the kitchen. Already said that. Here's the back bedroom, and then the back bathroom that was used as the dark room. Naked gardener. Yeah. It was a schematic blueprint of the ground floor of the house. Yep. This is going to be the second floor. Yeah. So here we've come up the stairs. Here's the upper short hallway. The master bedroom where we're staying. Hallway going down here. Here is where the African masks are. This is the bedroom where the safe was. I don't think we've been able to get in here yet. I believe this door was locked. Or jammed. One of the two. I think it's locked. Here's the upper hallway at the end with stairs going up to the third floor. And here's the upstairs bathroom. And then this is the third floor, I believe. Yep. So here's the room we're in now. Not yet entered this. Haven't been able to. This door was stuck. So we would need to get in this door if we're going to get in here. Or something we'll need to change with this door later. One of the two. Here is the room kind of going. The stairs up to the attic are here on the side. And so this is the stairs up to the tower. Or up into the tower. Here's the hallway. Here's the upstairs, the third floor bathroom kind of under construction. This room with the Bunsen burner and stuff. And these are the stairs, of course, and then the hall. Yep. Okay. And that's it. So that's all of those. Supposedly, that's everything in the house. I highly doubt that that's everything in the house. But for now, at least. Several cans of paint were scattered throughout the room, probably all dried up by now. What did I just grab? Oh, another key. Oh, maybe this one will go to that additional bedroom? Possibly. Hard to say. Okay. We picked up... Picked up a lid of a can as I thought it might come in handy. Okay. That's video game speak for it will come in handy, but we're going to pretend like the character doesn't realize it. There's a toy of some kind here. Okay, I guess that's it at the table, for now at least. Yep, so it looks like this is how we enter this final room. Oh, and there's a ladder up? So we have like another sort of attic type of an area, maybe. Even more food for termites or whatever little buggers inhabited this part of the house. More useless bricks. All right. So this initially. So we're not going to analyze that anymore. Same thing as the other pile of wood. Doesn't look like we're going to turn the light on. Managed to open the door from the other side. So now, we probably can come in and out of this door. Yep. Oh, there's a little bit of a glitch there because the handle is on the left side, but the door opened from the right, but that's fine. I'm not going to quibble about a small graphical error. Large rope was hanging from a railing above. At this point, I wasn't going to bother with light switches anymore. Yeah, because the power's out. Useless can of grease. Very dirty can. Oil for my lantern. Woohoo! Several dusty cans were sitting in the on the platform. Just an ordinary pan of pan of paint. Can of paint, same thing. You know what I'm saying. Double check, but I'm pretty sure that's what that is. It's just an oil can. Just an oil can, yep. Boom. Boom. Oh, this is oil for like oiling hinges and stuff. I see. What was it? There was something that we thought earlier would need to be oiled. What was that? Something. There was something. I don't remember what, though. Alright, well. I think that's everything for there. Okay, we're going to go down one floor. Go down one story and see if we can unlock that other room with the key we just got. Very possibly no, But we might be able to. We'll see. Far room. Yeah, not yet, apparently. Because I tried and he said, let's not waste the matches yet. So apparently we're not doing that yet. Wait, what? There was an extra... What? The second floor. There was this room. There was another room right here. Or was I misidentifying? Hang on. Go back up again and look at the map one more time. Something's not right here. Okay. Going back here. Back here. This is the first floor. Right? Yeah, ground floor. Okay. Yeah. See, here's the big bedroom. There's a small room here. There should be a door here. It was that strange African gallery. Oh. Yeah, let's do it on this one. That was odd. I didn't remember seeing that room. The main bedroom. My lovely room. Yeah, this room. I had to find some way to get into that room. Maybe on the side here, there's a way in that's not on the schematic. But yeah, right next to this door, there should be another door. Strange. Bathroom on the second floor. Long lower hallway. Entrance to the house, obviously. So all the floors in this room seem to be in very poor condition. Common sense dictated it was the very same room I was standing in now. Obviously, yep. The last hallway left unfinished and full of garbage. All the rooms on this floor seem to be in very poor condition. Very poor condition. Although, like I said, this is the unfinished bathroom. So yeah, there's definitely, I thought there was. I was like, what the frick? So there's an extra room that we have yet to... Yeah, so there's this door, and then right here should be, according to the blueprints I found, a door to a room should be in this spot. Apparently there was a door in that part of the hallway. That wasn't the best approach. Nope. I'm assuming no, but... Oh, there you go. I scratched the wallpaper only to reveal a doorway that had been bricked up. I was very curious to learn what was on the other side of that door. I had to figure out some way of getting in. I would have spent ages trying to do that. Oh, okay. Okay. And I don't think I have anything else that's even close to hefty enough to really make sense to try. Alright. So there's something there, but we can't do it right now. I assume we don't use the key for this then, though. Since... What if we use it for outside at all? He may refuse to go outside, though. I don't know if he's going to be willing or not. Could try it. Let's see. Storm was raging outside. I didn't feel like strolling around in the garden. So, you're a wuss, is what you're saying. Got it. No, it's fine. It's fine if you're a little pansy. Let's see, maybe we can call Jerry. Maybe Jerry knows something about the missing thing or the blueprint. Phone lines seem to be down. Oh. So no more phone calls to progress at the moment. Okay. I wonder what time it shows now. We are... 10 a.m. Okay. Not sure what we would use a hammer on right now. But there've got to be hinges somewhere that are rusted, right? Of course, this could be used on the greenhouse door because it's all rusted, right? So maybe that's what this is for, but I don't know for sure. Doesn't want to start a fire yet because it's not cold enough. I could try going upstairs and writing, but probably not yet. Let's see if he wants to do that. Laid my fingers on the typewriter, but was unusually cold and immediately stopped my desire to write. Yeah, so not right now. Okay. Yeah, I would assume he would want the fire up here anyway, right? If he's going to be writing, he probably wants it to be warm where he's writing, not like down below. Wonder if I can get wood from the basement now. The basement's still going to be all sinister, though, I assume. Yeah, or maybe in the stove. Yeah, possibly like in the kitchen. It's a good point, Phil Fox. This is... Oh, maybe this. This was stuck before, right? Firmly stuck in place. Didn't need to be oiled, though. Okay, so that's not the key for this. Pry it open? No. Or at least it's not looking at this as something that could be used to pry. Okay. So I guess not for that. Let's go back to the super creepy basement and see how badly it freaks us out now. Still can't access the wood. And those fuses are still in place. Yeah, still has the menacing feeling. Can we access this wood? No, also no. We can still open this, but... couldn't move it. Maybe we use the oil on this? Nope, didn't need to be oiled. Okay. Drain cover in concrete. That's pointless. It's a nice idea, but I didn't have enough surface to hit. That was pointless. Okay, so we're not using that for that. I already did this, right? Pretty sure. Yeah, because the idea I would have been to kind of slip it part way in and then use it to try to move the wheel, so... Okay, so not yet. So I guess for now, no. We'll see what else we can do in the rest of the house. So here he's going to not want to go out the back door either. Whoops. Just to verify, though. Storm was raging outside, didn't feel like strolling around the garden. Yeah. Okay. See what else. Don't think there was anything back this way that we'd not yet accessed anyway. Stuck beyond hope. Are we sure about that? No, apparently. Didn't need to be oiled either. Okay, so for now, we're not getting anything out of that. Did we ever get in the... I can't remember now. Did we ever get in the far drawer in the study here? Well, I probably should have before leaving. Let's just don't forget. See if there's a drawer in here I've not done first. There's this, but I can open that. There's no drawer there. That's just bottom shelves. Yeah, okay, so I don't think there's anything in here, at least not right now. Yeah, that's locked. But maybe this key? No, doesn't fit. Okay. A lot of paper clips, but I guess we're not gonna fashion them into some lock pick, right? We're not some kind of spy or thief or something that would know how to do that. So not opening that either currently. Other than lighting that, was there anything in here that I had previously wanted to do, but I'd not been able to? There's the piano, but that's just because he says he doesn't know how to play, so that's not helpful. There's the umbrella. Maybe I could use that and go outside. Yes, I could have grabbed the umbrella and gone outside, but after carefully studying the soggy panorama through the windows, I decided not to. Fine, you're a big fat jerk face. And I don't think there are any drawers in here, right? No, just the table and the desk. Well, a couple of tables, actually. That doesn't have a drawer. I wonder what else we're going to be able to use on that. It looks like nothing in our inventory currently. Oh, right. We had the dream. Let's see if we can maybe move this now, if it's not already moved on its own. This, yeah. Maybe we can move this now. Wouldn't move. What if I say the magic word? Please. No. Maybe not. This still should move at some point, right? Because we had the dream where this was no longer in place. So at some point, that should move. I guess we're just not to that point in the game yet. Maybe it never moves. But I assume it will at some point. No. It looks like he wants to analyze anything on the side here as another way in. Of course, on the schematic, there was not a doorway here, so that would be a little odd, unexpected, if you were to get in this way. Looks like there are no other drawers here, just this, where he says he doesn't want to go through trinkets and perfume. So, not here at all. Okay. I think I already looked at this before, but let's see if there's anything looking backwards in the reflection I can see that I might otherwise miss. Don't see anything. No. Okay. Don't know what we would still want upstairs, but we did not examine all the other rooms again since finding that the way into that additional room, so It's not really looking like there's anything. Yeah, see, there's no interaction here, so I don't think we can do anything with those. It's an interesting idea, but it wouldn't have much support. Why is that an interesting idea? So I guess I need something here. Oh, you know what? This bar is probably not as big as I thought. It's probably this. Oh. Wow. I was thinking it was a big, like, huge thing of rebar, not a little thing for here. George Stobart when you need him. I know, right, man? I still have, well, I still have my current games to finish. My current uploaded games on YouTube to finish, right? But when I finish some of those, I have Broken Sword 3 and 4 still that I've not played yet. I played 1, 2, 2.5, which is the fan-made one, and 5, but I've not played 3 or 4. I've actually played 3 before in real life, never played 4. I've played 3 in real life, but I've not put it on my channel yet. So there's that, too. Okay, so now if I take this, and I put it on top, now what am I going to want to heat up, though? I don't know what I would want to heat up. Surely not the oil, right? No, didn't need to be oiled. I don't think I have something that I currently want to do that with. So probably not at the moment. Okay, but we did put a couple of parts to that together. That's nice. We can always come back. I'm not sure. I was kind of hoping one of these things like this trowel or something, one of these would have been now available where it wasn't previously. And maybe I can use that to kind of dig that set of bricks out or something. Really what I need is like a sledgehammer. Or a brick cutter. Either of those would work. Not a saw. A saw would just break if you try. Of course, a brick cutter, I would need power. And that's not something this house has an abundance of. So I'm guessing that's not going to be something that happens. There's a trunk in the attic we already got into. The music box never needed a key. I don't think there's anything else in the attic that needed any kind of key. Let's go up just in case, but I don't think there's anything up here for the moment that needs to be unlocked or anything. So that's the same glitch again. The handle's over here. Oh, wait. Yeah, the handle's over here, but it opened on the left side. Strange little glitch. See, this has the key here, but that's not, I mean, that's just, this is to wind it once you, and the keyhole here doesn't keep it from being open, so that's not something right now we need to worry about. It's the newspapers again. I strained my eyes to detect if there was anything useful among that junk, but instead I got the impression of a sinister presence lurking in the shadows. Or maybe I was just tired. Oh no, there's, I'm sure, a sinister presence lurking in the shadows. Both sides of the room. That's not nerve-wracking at all. So really, yeah, like I thought, nothing up here for now. Nothing new, at least. Nothing especially useful. Alright. So for now, we're going to not stay up here. See, it's a similar kind of a thing here as for the bricked up area down below, right? We need a sledgehammer or something similar. Because we have this crack here, or, since we can't really reach that one, the crack up in the tower here, that also would almost certainly require a sledgehammer of some kind. Whoops. I meant to do this. In case there was anything new, but it doesn't look like it. Except that it's the same picture with rain. See this crack here, if you're going to try to, for some reason, look at it more carefully or whatever. Interestingly, this is actually black when it's a normal blue sky outside. But when it's stormy, they put the clouds in and it looks fine. Okay, well. Been in here a couple of times now. I don't think there's anything we missed. Let's go one more time. I would agree. I would agree. I did still enjoy it, but it's a completely different play style. And I feel like the humor is a little bit lacking. Not quite as cleverly written. I mean, don't get me wrong, it's the same developers, and I really enjoy their stuff. I don't think it's one of their stronger games. And like I said, I've not even played 4, so 4, from what I've been able to gather, number 4 is even more different than number 3 was. So 1 and 2 were more or less the same style of gameplay. 3 departed from that a little bit, but you still had kind of point and click-ish type stuff. And I don't know, you might have that in 4 too, but 4 seemed like they were trying a lot more to make it like 3D type characters and stuff, which I don't have a problem with the quality of the characters, even being 3D, but it's supposed to be a point-and-click series. So it felt like 4 was departing even farther. I was really happy when they brought it back with 5, though. They were able to return back to their just kind of standard point-and-click roots, and that they had the humor and stuff return. I was really happy about that. Okay, no worries. Obviously, I'll look when I finish playing here tonight. I won't worry about it until then. So we got a key and a lid. We've used the lid. We've used the key. No, we've not used the key yet. We haven't figured out where the key goes. We've used the lid, and then we've looked at the plans, and there's nothing else here that we can analyze. It just talks about the paint being dried up, probably. So nothing there. You can't analyze that more closely. That just says that the people are disturbed that painted this. So does that. So does that. Go over here. There's no interaction over here. Yeah, I really don't think there's anything, for now at least, in the room we want to do. Okay, so let's go back out. Let's think of where else. I do wonder. We have to, obviously, in some way, however that needs to happen, we need to revisit certain places we've seen before, but had not progressed far enough in the game to analyze properly or fully. I'm thinking... Go back to the first floor. So look at the dining room again. See if there's maybe something more. Hi, Rain. Oh, right, that's the curtains. Yeah, no, that's fine. So that was just that one thing, yep. Was 4? Okay, like I said, I've not played 4. I've only kind of seen like the trailer and like very brief clips here and there, so I was actually not sure about that, so. Still nothing in there. I do feel like we're probably going to use some, because he has that, what is it? Yeah, JB. So maybe at some point we'll use the JB for something. Maybe. Maybe not, too. It's hard to say. I still, even though 3 wasn't as good, I still do plan on doing a playthrough of it, just so it's on my channel. She was riding 3 white horses when she can't come. She'll be riding 3 white horses when she comes. She'll be riding 3 white horses. She'll be riding 3 white horses. She'll be riding 3 white horses when she comes. This is just the phone? Okay. Phone's still out, I assume. Yep. Okay. Tiny vase, almost hidden in a corner. Completed the model furnishings in the lobby. Huge vase of Oriental craftsmanship standing by the windows. Blah, blah, blah. Okay, so we've still not progressed. Alright, Silhouette. Well, thanks for stopping by. Appreciate it. You got any good hour at the end of your day? Beginning of my stream? I will talk to you soon. I will be streaming the usual time tomorrow. So if you're on then, I'll talk to you then. Till then, man. See ya. Or till next time, I should say. Still not seeing anything special from this angle. There was a photo in that bathroom turned dark room for this, but it still doesn't... Reality still doesn't... Well, reality still doesn't reveal anything I didn't already see. Why must you rain? Oh, why? Rain is so dreary. I actually love rain. But I'm a weirdo, so that's fine. Well, this again. I've already been through all these drawers like a billion times. Except that that one's locked, but I can't get into that one. Yeah. It's just that upstairs room. Most of the clocks in the house were not working. Several trophies for remarkable accomplishments adorn the room. Diploma granting the title of construction engineer to James T. Blackwood. Yeah. Yeah, I do remember you telling me that before, Fofox. One of the few well, few, I don't know about few. There are several of us, I think, in the world, but one of the uncommon people that actually like rain. Most people don't, so. I don't know, I think we've been through all these books before, and I don't think we ever ended up finding anything useful. And we're back out to the dining room. Let's try maybe back in here again. Maybe there's something new that I'm not thinking of. It's a good thing to know the house isn't leaking, though. That's pretty cool. So it's old, but it's well built enough that there aren't leaks happening. Yeah, see, even this bathroom, the ceiling has a bunch of cracks in it. But I suppose this is the bottom floor, so that's all right as long as the cracks don't go all the way up so that you get water in from outside. So this is your second hint, I guess, that you can get into the basement. We went down the basement since waking up, though, and didn't find anything. So I'm not actually sure what we're trying to get here. Still don't have fuel for our lantern. I suppose we didn't try using the stethoscope on the bricks. I don't know if that's going to do anything, but that's something we've not tried. See if we can hear into the next room over. Although I suspect it's probably... stethoscope's probably only going to really be useful when we hear the scratching noises. But maybe. Never know unless you try. Couldn't hear anything out of the ordinary, yeah. Is there anything in here that's like dusty enough or whatever that he says he can't read it or something? Because then we maybe can use the rag on that, but I can't remember now. People who like the rain are weird, or people who don't like the rain. Yeah, well, I mean, and I don't understand it because it doesn't affect me because I like it, right? But apparently there's some psychological effect of rain that people experience that, like I said, it doesn't affect me. But if it's psychologically like depressing you or something, I'm not talking about clinical depression, but just like it affects your psyche somehow, so that you are kind of feeling down while it's raining or something, I could see that being a problem. I just don't experience that feeling of being down when it's raining. Now, it doesn't necessarily mean I want to run out and dance in the rain. It just depends on what my mood is. But I mean, I don't have, sometimes I will, if it's raining, I will specifically, like if it's a Saturday or something, I'm not doing anything really in the middle of the day, let's say, I will, if it's raining, sometimes I'll put on my shoes and socks and I'll walk, maybe a jacket if it's raining enough or whatever, and I'll walk out and I'll just kind of look up at the sky and let the rain hit me in the face and stuff. I do that sometimes, but it just depends on my mood. Doesn't mean it's raining, therefore Xexor goes out and gets wet or something. That's not necessarily the case. Just like if it's sunny, you don't automatically go out in the sunshine. If you got stuff you got to do inside or something, you're not going to necessarily go out in the sun, right? Well, I don't know. What else at present? Was there anything else at all in the doctor's bag in here? I feel like the answer is no, but I don't remember for sure if we got everything from the bag. Drawings, but... yeah, I think we've got everything we're gonna from there. Don't really see anything in the reflection of the mirror here either. What is that on the corner of the desk? Oh, that. Yeah. Just some little pendulum trinket something or other. He doesn't want to write, so that's not going to do anything. Looks like we can't do anything else currently. Is there anything else in here? We've been here another couple times. There's this, his first book he wrote. You don't open it, you just turn it over. Here's Jerry's card. This has the notes of Barbara's number and nothing else. And I feel like that's it. That's his book again. He has this, a paintbrush and a tube of paint, it looks like. Although that might be something else. Maybe this is a stain remover and this is a brush to scrub out stains. I'm not sure. Right, this is the letter. Jerry's letter saying he was working hard to find the place for him. You are welcome. And shame on you. Hang your head down. Do it. Put your head down in shame. Okay, you can bring it back up. It's fine. Books in the room were rather boring. No horror novels. Unbelievable. Which is silly because you've got books all over the place in this house. It's not like there couldn't be horror books elsewhere. He even said he'd want to spend all kinds of time in the study reading books. It's not like you need all the books here or something, you weirdo. I don't see. So if I go over here, yeah, you can't go any closer. So there's nothing over here that I've not already analyzed. I wasn't looking to go into bed, but okay. Too early to go to bed. Good to know. I was to see if maybe, just with the angle of it, see if maybe we can move the pillow or something, but apparently that still means sleep, which I don't want to do. The display case was holding perhaps the most impressive items in the room. The bottom of the case seemed to have some kind of panel. Oh. It was finally stuck, or firmly stuck in place. But that was pointless. Okay. Didn't need to be oiled. There we go. The knife. Panel had been concealing a couple of wheels. Oh, okay, I see. So we can pop that on and off. So now maybe I can roll this. It wouldn't move still. Oh, right. Okay, so pop that off. Then maybe this on the wheels. There we go. Okay, and then out. And this. There we go. Move that sucker. Get that out of here. Your elephant tusks and you think you're cool and stuff. You silly. Yes! I got a chastised face from you. Sweet. Okay. Door was heavily barred, and its appearance reminded me of something I had read. Something you read? Really? Remove all those. Alright, new room. Sweet. Oh. The room was too dark to see anything. Oh. Okay. Let's, I guess not do that for now. I mean, I literally can see nothing in there. Okay, I definitely need fuel for the lantern now. Where, other than outside somewhere, where would I possibly see the fuel? Or find fuel, I wonder. Time since we did a significant thing. Did we just lock up? Nope. Just some lag for the animation to complete. Since we did something significant, the time probably has gone forward, and we might be able to try the phone again as well. Although the phone could obviously be out still as well. Yeah, it's 11 a.m. now. Phone's still dead. Alright. put this in here and burn this. Of course, that'd be a very short lighting of the lantern. It wouldn't last very long, so there's that too. Where on earth am I gonna find a way to light up my lantern? Probably not the next thing I need to do, though. I probably need to do some other something. Great, Xexor, some other something. So descriptive. I know, right? I was being sarcastic. Yeah, sure you were. Whatever. I'm surprised. I'm gonna go up and look again. I'm surprised with all those cans of stuff up in the paint room. I'm surprised there's no, and also like up that ladder. I'm surprised there's no actual fuel. It would seem like one of those containers would have some kind of oil, like oil, right? Like lantern oil. Strikes me as strange. And it was basically directly below this room that's completely pitch black. Like directly below this room downstairs. I don't know if that's significant in any way, but that's where it was pretty much full on black. Okay. This is lubrication. Several dusty cans sitting on the platform. See, I would think, oh, maybe this? I'll use this on that. There we go. Quickly revealed it was a can of oil. Hey, there we go. Appeared to be oil in that can. Good idea, but how was I going to get that oil from the can? Oh, excuse me. Sorry about that. My bad. Excuse me. Sorry. So sorry. This or the hammer, I would guess. One of the two. Managed to pierce a hole in the can. Okay, there we go. And then this. Here. Poured some oil inside the lamp by tilting the can slightly. There was very little of it, though. Whoops. I didn't mean to go all the way down. A small hole in the can. Okay, so now we have old-fashioned lamp made me think of exciting adventures I'd always dreamed of going on. Okay, and then use this can of grease. Okay. We still have this. Is this dirty now? Probably. Rag was relatively clean, everything considered. Oh, yeah, okay. So technically still okay, mostly. Alright, so I was right. One of the cans there did have fuel. Hey, Fox, you're still here? Did you get disconnected or something? Or were you trying to imply because I had shamed you earlier? Yeah, okay. So let's leave. Maybe go back to the mask room. Now see if we can light our lamp and then see what's beyond. Alright, so I'm going to save before we go in. Slot 6. Okay. Not that the slot really matters, but... Okay, he'll probably, if I do it out here, he'll probably say he doesn't want to waste it. So I guess we go in first and then light it. We'll see if this is it or if I have to do something else. Okay. There was enough light at the moment. Oh, okay. Too dark to see anything? What? But I have a lantern. To leave without searching the room wasn't such a good idea. Now the lamp was lit. I couldn't waste the oil. But it's too dark to see anything. What the deuce? Okay, let's... Whoa. Oh, more stuff. Okay. Corner was too dark to investigate. Oh, there was enough light at the moment, but it was too dark to investigate. Sure. Let's go with that, I guess. An odd-looking African mask was positioned in the middle of the storeroom. Its presence made me feel terribly uneasy. Now there was light enough, I extinguished the lamp to save the oil. Alright. Now I can examine these? Okay. Oh, no problem. You're still texting. To me? What the... Okay, don't write me like a novel. I do have... Well, I have unlimited text, actually, so go ahead and write a novel if you want, I guess. Okay, July 3rd. My recent researches on the Dalmar have shed some light upon their terrible activities. I understand now that the lack of existing information about them was not only a cause of their small size and rarity, but also a reluctance or rather superstitious attitude towards their nature. Even some of the most important historians of South Africa will refuse to mention their name, usually referring to them as the War Tribe. After digging into some of the most obscure books I could find about the subject, I must admit now that reading them made me very nervous and uneasy, bringing back the memory of those horrible acts I witnessed on that day. I can't understand why any human being, uncivilized or not, would behave in such a manner. War among savage tribes is of course very common, and a recurring theme in history. But the Dalmar, they went even beyond war. Usually a tribe will engage in battle to conquer new territory, or perhaps defeat an enemy. They did it for the sole reason of destruction and extreme love for violence. The account of their actions is downright scary. They'd invade villages, slaughtering every inhabitant without regard for their sex or age. Men, women, children would inevitably perish by their fury and hate, which is, I think, the most unsettling element of their stories. They didn't use any weapons. They killed villagers with their bare hands and teeth, as if they were drawing power from an unearthly source. I find it hard to believe this, and if I hadn't seen them with my own eyes, I'd say there was some kind of wild legend. Once they'd slaughtered every living thing in the village, they'd burn it to the ground, every single construction or possession of the fallen villagers, proof that they definitely were not interested in conquering or even taking some advantage of the terrain. Their motives were moved solely and purely by an incredible despisal of life and hatred towards anything that wasn't from their village. That is another curious thing. They somehow managed to sustain a constant population level, as if they controlled exactly the amount of people needed for an attack, but at the same time warrant survival using their few existing resources. I fear this wasn't some kind of wondrous organization system, but rather an elimination process of a useless member or an unnecessary child. I dare not think about it, but I'm afraid this would explain why they didn't need to hunt for food. They feasted upon themselves. Jeez, that's dark. Hey, Monmouth, welcome. No, it's fine. I'm just teasing you, Fox. Lord Kitchener, yeah. Now, I know that the mask I took stands for, and I shiver at the thought of it. I must confess I'm worried. I don't know why, but fear for my life. That's frightening. 24th June 1962. Dear Christopher, please excuse the tone of this letter. I know I must sound like a raving madman, but I truly can't find a proper way to put together all the thoughts that have been taking my sleep away these past days. There's a reason behind all those recent adversities. It's the mask, Christopher. If it's that mask I told you about, I wouldn't believe it myself if I hadn't studied its origins on my own. But it's really the source of all my suffering. The tribe it belonged to, I must confess I didn't take the mask by appropriate means, and I fear this might have unleashed some terrible wrath against my life and everything that surrounds me. It's been over a year since I witnessed the most outrageous acts of violence that not even in my worst nightmares I could have imagined, and the mask was the epicenter of it all. What I was thinking of when I took it is beyond me. It was probably a vicious streak of greed, but I can see clearly now. It represents evil, and I'm truly convinced this evil can somehow take shape and punish those who have disgraced it. I did, and now I must face the consequences. I will take some more time to investigate this. Might even go back to South Africa to seek help, although something tells me not even returning the mask would do any good. The damage is already done, and I believe it's getting worse as the days go by. Every time I walk past the gallery, I can hear some incessant odd chatter, as if something was being plotted inside. And those voices, Christopher, they seem to be angry. Please, help me. Come and see me as soon as you can. James. Wow, that sucks. He's being haunted by it, and it can't. And of course, since we heard scratches last night when we were asleep, we're now going to be victims of the haunting as well. So that's fantabulous. First thing I did when I woke up this morning was think to myself, if I could just become an extra victim, some attrition to some kind of African curse, that would be probably the highlight of my day, I think. Yep, okay. And I think that's everything in here. These notes, can't access this at all. So these notes, this letter, so journal entries and a letter. And that's just going to zoom in, I believe, right? That's just zooming in? Yeah, it's just zooming in. Okay, that is all of that. I wonder if putting this in this back room was his way of trying to keep the danger at bay. Like, this is freaking me out. Maybe we just put it over here and hide it away. Maybe it'll go away and not freak us out anymore.